Good evening and welcome to North Muskegon High School Senior Award Ceremony. We are so honored that you are here to spend this evening celebrating the class of 2025. Before we begin, we just want to take a moment to say thank you to some really important people that helped get us here today, to the staff, the teachers, the paraeducators, the bus drivers, the lunchroom workers, everybody that works here at North Muskegon Public Schools. We appreciate you. To Brooke Dombrowski and Lori Ripstra, who I can never get them to come out on stage, but they are the ones that really make all this magic happen. Ashley Westerland, Dean of Students, Molly Moser and Tina Gallo, our counselors, CJ Bennett and Paul Henderson with technology, all of our guests that have come to present our scholarships, Board of Education and Administrative team, families, all of you out here, and most importantly, the real reason that we are here, all of you. So thank you to everybody. To begin tonight's ceremony, we would like to invite Kendall Hibbert up to lead us with our Pledge of Allegiance as the DAR Good Citizen Award winner.
Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Kendall. If you've been around here long enough, you've heard us talk about the tradition of excellence. We're really honored to be able to celebrate that excellence tonight and starting this week of graduation festivities for our seniors. Throughout this year, you all have seen our students do excellence and demonstrate excellence in a variety of ways, whether it's academics, the fine arts and musicals, orchestras, solo and ensemble, pops, field trips when students are out into the communities. One of the best things is when we get phone calls, and it happens every single year, complimenting us on how amazing our students are and how they're one of the most respectful groups that they've seen. Clubs, whether it's French club, Spanish, quiz bowl, chess, all of the variety of things. Today, you're going to see these students be celebrated for their academic achievements. As we want to celebrate that, it's also important for us to remember the many, many other things that these students do. Most of them are enrolled in AP classes, dual enrollment, some at CTC, part-time jobs, extracurricular activities, varsity sports, leading as North United members with our elementary students, and a variety of other things. This group of students is off to great places, and we couldn't be more excited to celebrate you today. To start that, we're going to invite Sergeant Klein for our first scholarship award from the United States Marine Corps. Sergeant Klein.
Good morning, well, good evening, North Muskegon. It's been a long day for me. As she said, my name is Sergeant Klein. For those that may have seen me throughout the school year, the students here, I am the local Marine Corps recruiter that comes in and speaks to the students, gives them the opportunity to learn a little bit about what the military has to offer, and also encourages them to ask questions about maybe their future so I can offer them some advice. For those that want a little background on myself, I'm Florida born and raised. I spent 11 years in North Carolina for my first bit of time in the Marine Corps, and I've been here for 2.5 years. My tour ends here March of 26, so unfortunately I will not get to see the rising seniors here make their graduation, but I'll still be there every step of the way to help them out. As it was stated earlier, to the staff, the faculty, everybody who made it possible for these students to be educated and get their grades where they're at, thank you guys so much. I know the countless hours of grading tests and answering questions by the hundreds may be taxing, but at the end of the day, it leads to these students' success on their path forward. To the parents, for the hundreds of diapers that have been changed, the bottles fed, the same as the teachers, millions of questions asked, the attitudes adjusted through time, I want to say thank you. It's hard to raise a child. I know this. I have a 9-year-old daughter of my own. I haven't experienced teenage years yet, but I'm dreading the day. But I do understand it does take a village to raise a child, and it is a tough task for parents. So again, as well as the teachers, the students wouldn't be here without your constant diligence and guidance. So thank you guys. To the students, 2025, congratulations. It was hard, it was tough. I know North Muskegon holds a very high standard of education amongst all the schools that I work for, so I know it wasn't easy cramming in study hours and that nature, and then going through sports as well as jobs and figuring out life all at the same time. It can be stressful. So to you guys, congratulations on that. And then finally, if possible, for those that are able to stand, veterans, if you could please rise. I would like to give you guys a round of applause as well, as we wouldn't be here without your time served. Thank you. Today I will be giving out 3 different kinds of awards here, all based on the outstanding performances of these students in the categories that I will be giving them. The first category is the Scholastic Excellence Award. This award is to recognize those that have gone above and beyond, both in and out of school, to improve their studies. It takes a lot to ask, especially these days with the new and formulas that are coming up every day and the different theories that are coming for the science side. They're constantly adjusting. No curriculum is ever the same. It always changes year after year. So they're constantly progressing their knowledge. Most of these students here are probably looking forward to college, where they're going to continue to push their mental boundaries on learning new things. One of the things that we look for in the Marine Corps is leaders, and to be a leader, you have to have a wealth of knowledge underneath you to be able to answer the questions of those who follow you. With that, these students have been those role models for those underneath them, maybe helping them study, maybe answer some questions that they might have on a test or something, hopefully not during the test. But the students I would like to recognize are Cole Blastic and Kelby Miller. If you can come up. Oh, Kelby. Thank you. The next award is the Distinguished Athlete Award. It is no surprise that through the military, it takes a rough, vigorous training to be able to defend the nation and its allies. These students have shown a performance above their peers in regards to their athletic capabilities and their improvement. Through these, they train day in and day out to improve their craft in whatever athletic sport they may participate in. And they will continue to shine through the rest of their years so long as they keep it up with their determination. I would like to give this award to Henry Hoosman and Jaden Villapando. Jaden, congratulations, man. And for the final award, the Semper Fidelis Award. This award's given out for musical excellence. The Marine Corps has been the president's own band since the start of it in 1775. We have a long legacy of superior performance when it comes to the musical side of the house. This student must have held at least the first chair and has been an accomplished soloist in their designated instrument. This is something that I am very happy to award, as I was a band student in high school for a little bit. And I love watching musicians succeed in life. So hopefully, Christopher Bennett, this is something where you'll continue. Come on up. Congratulations, man. That concludes my awards. North Muskegon, again, thank you so much for having me. I look forward to assisting, if you guys have any children, for the next year, answering any of their questions that they might have. Thank you again so much.
Thank you, Sergeant Klein. Next up, we would like to invite Ms. Dee Whitaker. She is going to present on behalf of the Women's Division Chamber of Commerce.
I'm pleased to be here. In 1951, 50 civic-minded women started the Women's Division of the Chamber of Commerce. And now, 74 years later, over 200 women are continuing their legacy of giving back to our community. One major focus of the Women's Division is education. As a result, we continue to give scholarships to local students who are planning on attending Muskegon Community College or Baker College full-time for the next year. A North Muskegon High School student is one of 12 recipients this year who have been chosen for this award. Please congratulate Kendall Hibbard as she comes forward. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Whitaker. Next up, on behalf of the Ruth Ann Matthews Vikings Linney Lodge, is Mr. Howard Volker. Come on up.
Hello, and thank you for allowing the Vikings Linney Lodge number 57 be a part of this happy occasion. As chief of the Vikings Linney 57 Lodge, it is an honor and a privilege to celebrate the many students and their achievements throughout their school experience. I am very proud to present the Ruth Ann Matthews Scholarship Award. You see, Ruth Ann Matthews is more than a name to me. I'm proud to have known Ruth Ann and remain close to her husband, Charlie Matthews, a retired teacher, past chief of the Linney Lodge 57, past chief of the IOV. This scholarship is awarded each year to students pursuing further education and personal development who have shown outstanding achievement in their studies and school community involvement. Applicants must have parents or grandparents who are members or be a junior member of the IOV. Each application is adjudicated by an external panel of educators, non-Viking members, for merit and scholarship criteria. Applications are returned to the scholarship committee without the student's name attached and then reviewed by the scholarship committee for approval and award. Only then does our scholarship committee learn the identity of the applicant. As a token of our appreciation for your continued education and development, it is my pleasure to represent the Vikings and the IOV and present Abby Gamberg with this award. $3,000 scholarship and a plaque.
Thank you. Next up for the Northside's Lions Scholarship is Mr. Michael O'Lonergan.
I was an educator and a principal and a football coach and a wrestling coach, so don't get out of line. It's really nice to be amongst educators, brings back memories, although the school I was at had 4,400 students. I'm immediate past District Governor Michael O'Lonergan, and I'm representing both Muskegon Northside Lions and Lions of Michigan. Our mission is to serve. Our motto is to serve. We serve both on a local level, state level, and the worldwide level. We have 48,000 clubs, 1,500,000 members, and we hope that some of you someday might consider being a Lion. It's not the Detroit Lions, but I'm a Packer fan, which makes it hard on me. But, yeah. But I do remember when the Lions were winning championships in the 50s. Anyway, the Lions serve, and we're always looking, we give out one scholarship every year, and we're looking for that person who's one of the best all-around people, as well as serving their community and their school and maybe their fellow students. This year's recipient, who best exemplifies those kind of characteristics, is Jordan Metz. And thank you, and again, I hope you consider the Lions Club. We do try to give back to the community in every way. Thanks.
Thank you. We would like to invite Mrs. Stephanie Dye up to present the scholarship on behalf of the Norris Education Foundation.
Thank you. The Norris Education Foundation Dorothy Wilson Memorial Scholarship was created to honor the legacy of Dorothy Wilson, a passionate advocate for education, community service, and all things NM. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make this scholarship possible. It is my great pleasure and honor to present the Norris Education Foundation Dorothy Wilson Scholarship to Christopher Bennett. Please join me in congratulating CJ.
Thank you. We are moving to the part in our program where we have our community foundation. Representing them tonight is Judge Maria Lattice Hoops. Please come on up.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. It is an absolute joy and honor to represent the Community Foundation tonight as one of their trustees, partially because I am an alumni of North Muskegon Public Schools, and so are both of my children. So I can tell fun stories about sharing a room in Paris with Madame Bilac in her hostel room, and also graduated with a couple of parents here tonight, Mr. Hogan. So I just want to say it really does bring back a lot of fantastic memories. The staff here is so wonderful, and the faculty. The Community Foundation, for which I represent here today, is going to give just North Muskegon students tonight over $53,000 in scholarships in total. That includes the Dorothy Wilson Scholarship that Ms. Dye just gave, and it will also include the Dennis and Susan Emmons Scholarship, which I will not be giving. I think one of either Ms. Slimko or, yes, is going to be giving it. So Ms. Corbin's going to be giving that. But I'll be giving the rest of them. And when I say that the Muskegon Community Foundation is giving them, it is not really the Community Foundation that's giving them. It is our community members that have decided to donate money for a particular scholarship, whether it be a cause or a loved one that they want to represent in their memory. And so the Community Foundation of Muskegon, and there are a lot of community foundations all over the country that do this, house that money and distribute it, invest it, and make sure that it gets honored in the way that the donor wishes that it be given. So it's not really the Community Foundation, it's all of you. And so That being said, the very first scholarship in the amount of $300, which is called the Lee Prettyman Scholarship, goes to Mr. Thomas Byard. All right, the second scholarship is called the Donald Walters Scholarship. And Mr. Walters was a teacher here at North Muskegon. He was the most amazing teacher. I had him. And he was primarily a history teacher, civics teacher, and he was just beloved by all of the students. Unfortunately, he passed away just a couple of years actually after I graduated, and in his honor, his family created the Donald Walters Scholarship. And that tonight is in the amount of $500, and it goes to Maximus Lasser. All right, next we have the Mike and Lillian and Charles and Ann Boonstra Scholarship. This is in the amount of $10,000, and it goes to Mila Van Tol. Is it Mila? Mila Van Tol. Congratulations. Sorry about that, Mila Van Tol. Okay, and the next scholarship is called the Marguerite Lucas Scholarship, and that is in the amount of $10,000, and this will go to Kaylee Martin. Congratulations, Kaylee. All right, this next individual is going to receive 2 scholarships. The first one is called the West Michigan Jobs Group Scholarship. And this is an interesting, all these scholarships have so many interesting stories, and I am pulling myself back from taking time away from your lives and not to tell you the stories about them, but this one was interesting because it was started in 2009, right after the Great Recession of 2008, when a lot of business persons in Muskegon County wanted to figure out a way to entice Muskegon graduates to come back to Muskegon, live, work, be productive, and they wanted to really attract individuals who had a lot of talent and might. So this individual, I think she describes this, is Ms., well, first of all, it's for $5,200, and it goes to Ms. Ruby Belmonte. Now you stay right up here. Another story. My kids got their knuckles whacked a couple times by Mr. Belmonte when he used to work here. So it is so fun to be able to tell those stories. All right, the next scholarship that Ms. Ruby Belmonte is going to get tonight is, sorry, there's a little story behind this one. The Dorothy Tyler English Scholarship. Yes, I must be old. I had this teacher as well. So did a lot of other folks in this room. Ms. Tyler was a phenomenal English teacher. She used to literally, okay, this is where she lived. She lived on the corner of Ruddiman and Plymouth in that beautiful brick that is now owned by Zettels, and the Zettels are actually, that's her daughter. And anyway, she used to have these fabulous Halloween parties for her students, and especially all of her AP English students. So the memories of Dorothy Tyler are very cherished with this scholarship, and it was supposed to go to someone who is really good with words and with English. So this is an amount of $1,600. So congratulations to you, Ruby, for receiving that. You're welcome. Okay, and next, we're going to have Noelia. Did I say that right? Noelia? Okay. Noelia Figueroa, if you could come forward. Ms. Figueroa is receiving the Lewis and Eloise, also known as Bud Muntz, Memorial North Muskegon Scholarship. Did you play golf? Did you play tennis? Oh, okay. Because this individual is supposed to be either a golf or tennis player. My girls played tennis too, so I loved sitting out there watching those tennis meets. And this individual is supposed to be either a golf athlete or a tennis athlete. And the amount of this award for you is $4,800. So congratulations to you. Okay, and last but not least, this individual is going to receive 2 scholarships as well. The first scholarship is called the Muskegon City Teachers Association Scholarship, and I think this is really fascinating too. I'll see if any of these teachers remember this. So apparently, back in the day, there used to be a teachers club that was like where teachers could hang out. I'm sure they just had coffee there and, you know, maybe a little pizza or something, but they had a club for Muskegon County where they could socialize. But here's the key, it was on Lake Michigan. And of course, at some point, they were pressured to sell. And so they sold that little clubhouse, and with it, they started a scholarship called the Muskegon City Teachers Association Scholarship with that Lake Michigan property. So if you could all please congratulate $750 scholarship to Paige Ertman, right? Ertman, thank you. Now you have to stay up here. Okay, so congratulations. All right, and next, Paige is going to receive the scholarship in an amount of $8,000 called the Ruth Squarick Scholarship. So that is a nice amount, $8,000, so congratulations to you. And thank you very much for supporting the Muskegon Community Foundation. And when all of you are rich and famous, which I'm sure all of you will be, remember your community foundation in your local community. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Angela Corbin will now be presenting the Dennis and Susan K. Emmons Instrumental Scholarship. Mrs. Corbin.
Good evening. Dennis and Susan Emmons, both passionate musicians and educators, have invested in this community for many years. Mr. Dennis Emmons was actually a legendary band director here at North Muskegon. Back in the 1990s, though, he was my youth symphony director. I didn't go to North Muskegon, but I knew him there. Playing in his youth symphony was one of the most pivotal musical experiences I had. The music we performed was unforgettable, and it introduced me to the power and magic of the orchestra. Those years built my identity as a musician and certainly shaped the future that brought me here to North Muskegon. Dennis and Susan spent their retirement living in North Muskegon, actively supporting our musicians, often coming to performances and frequently sponsoring our orchestra. And each year, their Community Foundation Scholarship is awarded to one North Muskegon graduating senior who has been dedicated to Norse bands or orchestras, and someone who will continue to make their music in the future. Announcing this award always brings me great joy. But this year is bittersweet because just a few months ago, Susan Emmons passed away. So in her memory, I'm honored to give their gift to an orchestra student who has shown great dedication to their instrument and to our North Muskegon Orchestra for over 10 years. Participating with highest ratings in MSBOA district and state solo and ensemble, honors orchestras, and has volunteered their technical skills for hundreds of concert productions. I am confident that he will keep making his music in so many ways forever. It gives me great pleasure today to present this award to CJ Bennett. I've never had two before. I lifted it open, and I'm very, very pleased. I didn't have words prepared, but this orchestra student was our orchestra council president all year long and set the tone for me in so many ways. She is calm, she is gifted, she is brilliant, she has no ego. It is all service and love and beautiful music and skill, and I'm very pleased to award another one to Noelia Figueroa. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Corbin. Next up with the John Pavlik Award is Mr. Sam Nadeau.
Good evening. First of all, congratulations. You're almost there. Don't screw it up. I've never heard of anybody screwing it up, but I hear it's possible. Don't be that person. So I'm here to give the John Pavlik Award. John Pavlik graduated from North Muskegon in 1976. He's the guy the field house is named after. I could give you the criteria, but there's so much more to it than that. He was a guy that I knew. He's a guy that didn't have to knock at my house. He's a guy I think that Miss Gladys Hoops knew because she and I were friends in high school, graduated in the same year. Mr. Hogan may have known him, Bill. He embodied the spirit of the Norsemen and the Norse to a level that there's a field house and award after him. And so I feel I'm somewhat charged to tell you a little bit more about them, about John, Pav, the guy I knew, than just reading the criteria for the award, which I'll do in a moment. But some of you may know that I don't usually state a script, so we'll have a little fun with this, okay? And by the way, I graduated from here. My 3 kids graduated from here. I know the road you guys have all walked. I know the road that John walked. And trust me, he'd be proud to know every one of you. And knowing Pav, he would know most of you if he was still with us. So a little bit about John. Graduated from North Muskegon in '76, went on to Central Michigan. John was an athlete here. Little question and answer. And I happen to know one of you just broke, I think, your own long jump record. John owned the North Muskegon long jump record when he was here. True or false? Yeah, false. But John was an all-state football player. No, it's false too. Sorry. When you want to picture John, picture Jack Black or John Belushi, okay? But John graduated from Central Michigan University. He went to New York. He went to Wall Street. John crushed it on Wall Street. True or false? True. And then when John had made his money and became very solid in his position, guess what he did? He decided to become a referee. Because way before there was a shortage of referees, John realized there's going to be a shortage of referees. And he became a referee in New York. Eventually moved back to Muskegon, bought a business here, married, child. Something that's very close to me because I moved back from Chicago. When I tell you that John just embraced everything North Muskegon, I can't overstate that. Literally, he was the guy that said, no, you didn't go to Muskegon, you went to North Muskegon. And it didn't matter if you lived in North Muskegon, if you were a North Muskegon Norse or Norseman, you were part of John's soul. Okay? So here's the criteria. The student who has led their class in spirit, the student who has helped participate in sports, the student who helped or participated in community events, the student who made you laugh one moment and made you mad the next. Oh, trust me, he dated both of my sisters. Yes. Well, two of my three sisters, just two of them. He was the student who argued with the teacher to prove his point. I don't believe there's any teachers here that were on staff when John was here, but I know a couple of our staff know him, and they can back that up. The student who was like a brother or sister to their classmates, 1,000%. And the student who always remembered long after graduation. So that brings us to our award winner, because you guys, just for a moment, think about the person you're going to remember 30 years from now, 40 years from now. My bet is that person is Avery Lynn.
Gosh, I thought I would cry later, but it's already hitting me. Thank you, Sam, for that. We'd like to invite Mrs. Bayard-Caraba to come up and present on behalf of the Muskegon Promise.
Good evening. So fun to be here today, not only as mom, but also representing our beloved Muskegon Area Promise. Tonight, we not only celebrate the graduates on stage here, but also our community's promise, with even more eligibility expansion. This year, almost 1,200 students from Muskegon area schools qualify for the Muskegon Area Promise under our new expanded GPA. This year, we celebrate 10 years of Promise scholarships. As a part of this milestone, we are honored to continue our commitment to eliminating barriers for students and helping our community reach its mission of achieving economic growth and life-changing success through education. Promise scholarships work in tandem with our state flagship awards like the Michigan Achievement Community College Guarantee, the Michigan Achievement University Award, and the Michigan Achievement Skill Training Award. These scholarships, when combined together, will cover the cost of attendance for part-time or full-time enrollment over 3 terms, fall, winter, or summer, every year. This tandem partnership is allowing our Promise Zone growth that is inclusive of expanding our institution partners, expanding our degree path options, and expanding our eligibility timeframe and more. We will continue honoring our longstanding partnership with Baker College of Muskegon and Muskegon Community College, but we are also gaining new partners with colleges like Nuvo College of Cosmetology and other career training centers here in the Muskegon area. We have always helped fund student education towards an associate's degree, but we can now also help our students afford bachelor's degrees by expanding opportunities such as summer guest enrollment at our local community college and even bachelor degree paths at Baker College of Muskegon. Lastly, we recognize that different paths take different amounts of time. Students now have up to 10 years to use their promise after high school graduation. Graduates, you are in good company. Year after year, high-quality degrees and credentials are earned by students just like you. No one is expected to do it alone. Our promise is indeed your future. In this community alone, 70 of our graduates are promise eligible. They know who they are. They've already walked on stage. And for the sake of time, we're just going to give them a whoop, whoop, clap, clap. Can we clap for our almost everybody on this stage? Thanks for the hoop, hoop. I'm not going to make you walk up here. We're not going to shake hands with 70 people, but we do have a special gift for you that will be given in your packets later this week at your senior breakfast. I hope you enjoy that. I have the privilege of being, remember, part of the promise, so hopefully I get to see many of you in the next few years as you continue that passion that you have for education, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Caraba. And next is the other half to the Caraba team. Mr. Caraba presenting on behalf of the North Muskegon Education Association.
I asked last year for the order of presenting to be switched so that I would go first, and nobody listens to me. Yeah, right. Well, good evening, everyone. Congratulations, seniors. It's my pleasure to present the North Muskegon Education Scholarship Award. For those of you who don't know who the North Muskegon Education Association is, that's the teachers. That's us. This $500 award is presented to an applicant who exhibits exceptional academic achievement, service to the community, and good citizenship. I think you'll agree that this student is a great example of all these qualities and more. It's my pleasure to present the North Muskegon Education Association Scholarship to Jordan Metz.
All right. Next, we have a handful of awards that will be given out by our 10th through 12th grade counselor, Mrs. Tina Gallo.
Good evening. Congratulations, class of 25. I think this person is here. The first award that I'm going to give is from the Muskegon Kiwanis Club. Muskegon Kiwanis Club was established a scholarship in 1986 in honor of two of their significant community members in Kiwanis, Mr. Brogan and Dr. Christie. Annually, they give Muskegon area high school seniors an award. One of the criteria for selection is to look for a person who has demonstrated outstanding growth in high school. And this senior definitely has. She shows grit and kindness in pursuing her goals. The first time that I met this student was in 5th grade, a shy, quiet student in Mrs. Bentley's class who was matched with one of my North United mentors. I quickly saw a kind and artistic student who needed to step outside of her comfort zone and showcase her talents. With COVID in middle school, she didn't come to my office much, but she continued to plug away, loving anything fine art and math not so much. They say it takes a village, and I think that this person would agree. Her parents have supported her through school, assisting her to graduate on time, promise eligible, which is a big deal when you're a mother of a 4-year-old. Paige plans to attend Baker College this fall, pursuing her love of culinary arts. She's going to thrive in that baking and pastry program. Attending Career Tech last year in hospitality, she already is Serve Safe certified and has valuable experience working at Morant Bakery. Her future is so bright. I know with persistence and determination, she will achieve her goals. If Paige Slayton is here, come up and receive your award. There was a luncheon that she attended with me and her parents, and she got a $500 scholarship, and I took that certificate, so I will make sure that she gets the certificate this week. The next award that I am to announce is from the National FFA Association. They offer numerous scholarships, including partnerships with companies like Bush Hogg. These scholarships are designed to help FFA members in both college and high school pursue their education. Congratulations, Kendall Hibbard. All right, the next award is one close to my heart. Muskegon Community College allows high school counselors to give out a scholarship annually. This is important for me because as a counselor, I look for a person who may be somebody that needs a nudge. And so this $400 scholarship, this student was chosen on a variety of factors, but really, this student is new to North Muskegon and to Michigan. She has shown me in this year her academic work and acumen for writing and artistic eye is brilliant. Her quick wit and her ability to absorb material at a mastery level was easily shown to every one of her teachers, and we can see that there really is no barrier to her future success. So while our recipient might not know exactly what she wants to do in the future, we hope this scholarship encourages her to try out a variety of things in college and find your passion. Congratulations, Eleanor Leichman. The next thing that I'll be doing is honoring our early college students. Ms. Shelby has asked me to read this. She is the Dean of Early College. This evening, I will recognize 2 students from North Muskegon for their hard work and dedication to academics. Being a part of early college is a unique opportunity to earn your high school diploma and associate degree simultaneously. Students begin early college in 11th grade, taking high school and college classes. This continues during 12th grade and their 13th year. Students are full-time college students. Upon completion of the program, the student can earn up to 62 credits, their high school diploma, and potentially an associate's degree from Muskegon Community College. Early College is a collaborative partnership with local districts, the MEISD, and Muskegon Community College. The value of this scholarship is over $17,000, covers books, tuition, and fees. With upwards of 62 credits earned, the students can enter a university at or close to junior status. Early college students are also 1 year ahead of their peers. It pays to be in early college. So on behalf of Val Shelby, I would like to present this certificate to Thanakorn Letter-Krakanen and Elena Cordell. And the next thing I have the honor to represent is our students on college scholarship. These honors represent self-reported merit reports and probably do not have an encompassed amount. As the month goes and years go on, I feel like their scholarship will just grow. I will call out each student's name, college of choice, and scholarship name. Seniors, when you hear your name, please stand at your seat and remain standing until all of your peers are called. Audience, if you would please hold your applause till all of the students are named and are standing, and I will give you a cue to do some applause. The first is Cedarville University, Zachary Rumley, the Presidential Scholarship, the Bold Leader Scholarship, and a Pastor Recommendation Scholarship. The next is Central Michigan University, Leah Poulin, the Maroon and Gold Scholarship. Ferris State University, Kaylee Martin, the Presidential Scholarship and the Marie Lucas Scholarship. Ferris State University, Bryson Petty, the Provost Scholarship. Ferris State University, Jaden Villapolando, the Provost Scholarship. Grand Valley State University, Christopher Bennett, the GV Award for Excellence, the GV Recognition Award, and the Helmet Aerospace Foundation Scholarship. Grand Valley State University, Cole Blastic, the GV Presidential Scholarship, and the Laker Lane Scholarship. Grand Valley State University, Emily Crayley, the GV Award for Excellence. Grand Valley State University, Donovan Porter, the GV Award for Excellence. Hope College, Drew Bartos, the Alumni Honors Scholarship. Kalamazoo College, Tate Panucci, the Lux Etso Scholarship. Kendall College of Art and Design, Braden Chase, the WNF Dean Scholarship. Lawrence Technological University, Thomas Byard, Academic Scholarship and Athletic Scholarship. Lawrence Tech University, Henry Hoosman, the Presidential Scholarship and Athletic Scholarship. Michigan State University, Sam Topping, the Lisa Carlson Memorial Scholarship. Northern Michigan University is Zoe Wiles, the Wildcat Merit Scholarship. University of Kentucky Jolie Fellows, the Bluegrass Spirit Award. University of Michigan, Ruby Balmani, the Regent Merit Scholarship. University of Michigan, Noelia Figueroa, the Karen Kramer Family LSA First Gen Scholarship, and the Bloom Healthland Second Summer Scholarship. University of Michigan, Gabrielle Jones, the Merit Scholar. University of Michigan, Kelby Miller, the Regent Merit Scholarship. University of Michigan, Josephine Smith, the Regent Merit Scholarship. University of Olivet, Lucas Dye, the OC Presidential Scholarship. University of Olivet, Logan Stack, the OC Presidential Scholarship, O Advantage Scholarship, and Olivet Cares Scholarship. Please applaud the graduating class for their hard-earned scholarship. And finally, grant money from the Michigan Department of Education and the FAFSA completion grant allowed me to raffle 12 10-gen iPads to the class of 2025 this year. Cooper, Chuck, Emily, Leah, Ruby, Paige, Jojo, Micah, Jessica, and Jaden were all winners. Finally, we are going to draw the last two today. Remember the importance of filling out your FAFSA. It's definitely not an iPad, although it's a nice little perk. It's an incentive for you to put yourself in position for state and local scholarships and grants, which can include giveaways like this. If you accepted your promise, that's wonderful, and Mrs. Cobb is very excited about that, but I would also remind you that you need to do your FAFSA in order to do that. So I'm going to have Ms. Schultz pick two of these. Yeah, it's kind of hard. All right, drum roll. Jack Bahorsky, hey now. And Jordan Metz. was very exciting from December until this moment to be able to encourage the class. I continue to encourage you to do things to help your future, right? The FAFSA allowed my son to become an RA and an RM in college. Work-study is one of the ways to pay for college. You have to do your FAFSA in order to do that. So regardless of your parents' income, fill out that FAFSA and help your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Gallo. We would like to invite our athletic director, Mr. Jeff Cook, up to present some of our other scholarships.
Before I get going on presenting awards, I need to say a few things. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've enjoyed it every year with each class. And when I do this, I often think, before I get here, I get wound up, and I'm worried about, oh man, somebody's gonna, say something maybe I said wrong, or maybe I didn't say something I should have said. One thing I want to say to the whole class, whether you get an award or not, it doesn't matter. If you are on a team, and it doesn't have to be just sports, music, whatever, that's what's important. It's not just getting a plaque or something like that. But I am going to recognize a couple people with a plaque. There's one other thing I want to say, is there's a lot of people that we have that we mentioned. Mrs. Hoops mentioned a couple of them. And I'm going to mention a couple of them I had as teachers, or I had them, I didn't have them as a teacher, but I knew who they were because of my family been involved in North Muskegon for a long time, and I knew who they were. So it means a lot to me when I'm able to give whether it's Wes Cawley or Van Heusen or whoever it is, it means a lot to me, and they're special to me. Now, the Moyes Award. Obviously, Jim Moyes used to present it every year. He hasn't for a while, but I'm going to do it. Those kind of things are important to me. And if I make a mistake, I'm sorry. And I know people like Mr. Caraba and Mr. Byard will make sure I find out that I need to get corrected on some things. The first award is the MHSAA Scholar Athlete Award. To be nominated for this award is an honor in itself. Our judges were faced with the most tough task of selecting 32 scholarships among over 1,500 entries. The scholar recipients were honored at the boys basketball state finals. While only a few winners could be selected, all applicants in their schools have a great reason to be proud. And this year's scholar athlete from North Muskegon was Kaylee Martin. Okay, the Robert Morris Scholar Athlete Athletic Achievement. Coach Morris was awarded and given this award to a male that exceeded both on the field or on the court, and most importantly, in the classroom. Some background on Coach Morris. Coach Morris was a teacher at North Muskegon from 1948 to 1977. He taught math. That's why I'm so good in it, because I had him as a teacher. He taught math for many years and was a varsity basketball coach from 1948 to 1966. He was an athletic director at North Muskegon from 1967 to 1977. The Robert Morris Scholar Athlete Award was created by the North Muskegon Varsity Club in 1975. Coach Morris also, we don't have it anymore, but received a Lifetime Achievement Award from North Muskegon. The other thing I want to mention about Coach Morris played basketball for MSU. And he was on the first team that left from Jenison Fieldhouse to travel all the way west. First team ever to do that in the United States. which was a big deal. This year's award is presented to a student athlete who excelled in the classroom and on the court, 4-point student. This year's award goes to Hank Hoosman. It says Henry, but I'm more comfortable. Okay, the Homer Van Heusen Scholar Athlete Achievement. The Homer Van Heusen Award is presented to a female that both excelled in the classroom and on the court or field. Mr. Van Heusen was a chemistry and physics teacher at North Muskegon from 1941 to 1975. Mr. Van Heusen also kept books while he was a teacher at North Muskegon for Teledyne Continental for a number of years. Mr. Van Heusen was instrumental in raising funds for North Muskegon to build their first track ever at North Muskegon. And he also kept track of all the North Muskegon athletic records. This year's award is presented to a female student athlete who also is 4-point, Gabby Jones. Okay, the Mike Baldwin Award is given to a male athlete, good all-around athlete. Some background on Mike Baldwin. He played basketball in the early 1960s for Coach Bob Morris. He was a team captain in 1964. Mike was also the team leader in rebounding. Mike was also a 3-year letter winner in basketball. Mike also excelled in track, where he was an excellent hurdler. Mike was a popular student, a hard worker, and an all-around good team player. And that word again, team, important. Mike was a good team player. Unfortunately, Mike died young in 1966 of a brain aneurysm. This year's award goes to a 3- or 4-sport athlete. And this year's award goes to T.J. Bayard. Congratulations. Okay, the Wes Cawley Award. Now, remember, I've done this a lot of years, and I might do something. It depends on when I get there if I do it. And there's only one person, I think, in this crowd that knows what I'm going to do. With the start of each new year, the competition for athletic excellence once begins. Each year, the Wes Cawley Award is presented to the most outstanding girl athlete. Wes Cawley served North Muskegon schools as a custodian, a bus driver, and maintenance, and was here for 29 years until his death in 1980. The services that Wes provided the athletic department were many, from lining the fields, the track, remember this is with chalk, driving countless athletic events, repairing athletic equipment. Wes was truly a man the athletes and coaches relied on. For those that knew him, he was truly a special man. And teams that come home from athletic events sometimes sing In Between the Calm Lake Waters, or the song that's with Notre Dame's band that plays, and it's our fight song. But one thing that I was a part of, fortunately, was what we sang to Wes Cawley back then. And remember, Wes was one of our staff members, but he drove all the football, all the basketball, and other events. But instead, well, some teams would sing those school songs. We'd go, hail to the bus driver, bus driver, bus driver. Hail to the bus driver, bus driver. Wes, he drinks and he cusses. He wrecks all the buses. Hail to the bus driver, Wes. and we'd all cheer, and he was so happy on that. That's the second time in over 30 years I sang. This year's award goes to Joey Fellows. Okay, the Alexander Purdue Memorial Athletic Award. Alexander Purdue was a football basketball player at North Muskegon in the 1930s. This award was created in honor of Alexander, who died young in 1935. This is the school's oldest athletic award and is awarded annually to serve someone who has contributed to his team, again, team, in both sports. The team award has a special significance to me because it's an award my dad presented for many years. My name's on the award. My two brothers are on the award, and 4 other cook boys are on the award. This year's recipient, and at one time you had to earn points to get this award. We don't do that anymore. But this year's recipient played football, basketball, and plays baseball. But I'm singling out football and basketball. His effort, determination was second to none. This year's award goes to Chuck Myers. Okay, this is an award, again, that Jim Moyes presented forever, and his daughter did it for a while. The Moyes Award was first awarded back in 1953 to students who best combine sportsmanship on and off the field and their athletic accomplishment. The trophy was named after Paul Moyes, who retired due to illness following a 1953 school year after serving as a football, baseball coach at North Muskegon from 1942 to 1951, as well as a basketball coach in 1943 and 44. Paul Moyes' teams won many conference championships at NM, including the North Muskegon football team that still holds the state record, and we have in the gym a banner for it, for over 80 years, 15 games undefeated, untied, and unscored upon. Long ago, it was awarded and recognized by the Muskegon Area Sports Hall of Fame. Paul left North Muskegon in 1944, and he volunteered to serve in World War II and returned in 1946. In 1951, after leading the baseball team to undefeated seasons in 1950 and 51, while going undefeated for 19 straight conference games. Paul Moyes passed away from multiple sclerosis in 1960, 2 years before his son, Tommy Moyes, won his father's award in 1962. Despite the fact that Tommy was only 5'4" and weighed about 130 pounds, he was an outstanding athlete at North Muskegon. He was a two-way starter on North Muskegon's 1961 Seaway Conference champions, a 3-year starter and all Seaway performer on NM's basketball teams that were Seaway and district champs in 1962. However, it was baseball where Tommy really excelled. He was a 4-year starter in baseball and led North Muskegon to another Seaway championship in 1962. Tommy was headed to Western Michigan on a baseball scholarship when he was struck down of his first two major accidents. The first cost him to lose his lower right leg. And despite his mishap, he was remembered on how he never complained about his illness, misfortune, and never complained and was always kept in good humor. In March 1973, Tommy was killed in a car accident when he was hit by a drunk driver. Immediately, the administrators at North Muskegon made this award so it's both his dad and Tommy. This award this year Our male is Jaden Filippando and female Kaylee Martin. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. We now move to the part in our ceremony where we're going to honor some more students. This year, we want to present the Red Cross Scholarship. This is to somebody who served as the National Honor Society president and helped to coordinate 3 blood drives this year, which resulted in a collection of 72 units of blood for a $500 scholarship, Noelia Figueroa. This next scholarship is the John E. Lanning Scholarship. It is a memorial scholarship that was established to honor 3rd class John Lanning, who was killed in action as a 3rd Marine Division in South Vietnam in 1967 while he was attending a wounded Marine. This fund was established to honor his memory and the principles for which he stood for, and to provide to the alma mater to the outstanding students at North Muskegon High School. The selection of the students were based on these standards: service, leadership, willingness to make personal sacrifices, devotion to duty, respect, and scholastic effort. It is our honor to announce this year's award to Hunter Solberg. Another fabulous award for Jim Bozell. For those of you that know Jim, he would love to be here, but his mother passed away last week, so he is not able to be with us. Jim was hired by North Muskegon Public Schools in 1988. Over the course of his 34 years, Mr. Bozell has seen, heard, and experienced it all, and if we only knew half of those stories. His tireless work ethic, commitment to excellence, and passion for the blue and gold was second to none. His legacy still lives on in the halls of North Muskegon. In fact, just the other day, we were like, man, if Jim was here, he would know this. This scholarship is awarded annually in recognition of a senior that models service to North Muskegon, inspired for what Jim Bozell did for us daily. This recipient is somebody who you will see in the hallways, in the PAC, in classrooms with technology at the Frohenthaw. This student helps us, I think Mrs. Corbin said, hundreds of concerts. I remember this ceremony 2 years ago. He was scrubbing the chairs to make sure that the auditorium looked amazing. This year's service award goes to C.J. Bennett. We hear a lot about legacy, and one of the things that we get to do is to honor our seniors by remembering the people that have served here at North Muskegon. Many of these scholarships are people who have left this place better, and then we have the gift to be able to pay it forward. We don't always know the lasting gift that people give to us. Ceremonies like this, we often recognize it with awards, certificates, and money. And we often forget that this legacy sometimes might be an encouraging word, a humble smile, somebody coaching us how to hit a 10-foot jump shot, or how to get our buns down on defense and move their feet. Jeff's gonna be salty with me. But I wanna ask, please, Jeff Cook, if you could come here for a moment. Yep. He doesn't know this, and you can tell by his body language, he's really excited that this is happening. We wanted to take a moment to honor Jeff for his...
Make me cry.
That would be bad. For his many years of service. You'll see him on the football fields, and the track, and the baseball fields. He's the first person here, often the last one to leave. Quiet, unless he's a little salty, was our word that we would use this year, or coaching across the gym. He does more work than people realize, putting in time and energy, and is so loyal and dedicated to North Muskegon. So to honor his retirement, how many years have you been here, Mr. Cook?
On staff? 32.
32 years. And how many years in education total?
Well, over 40.
Yeah, 40 years. Can we... To honor that legacy and to help us all remember what a lasting impact we make in the lives, we created a scholarship. The cool part, I'm going to let you give it to the kiddo. Don't peek yet. The really cool part about this is when we chose the scholarship winner, we wanted to think of somebody that exemplified all that Jeff does: integrity, humble, service, grit, who has faced a ton of challenges, who doesn't complain, who overcomes, who shows up. And Brooke and Lori and I were in the office when this student and Jeff were standing next to each other, chatting it up, trying really hard not to cry in there because they didn't know that they were going to have this scholarship or get this award. So I'm going to let Jeff read the name in a moment, but it's a student that when you see this student, you're going to see exemplifies all of the characteristics that Mr. Cook models for all of us. So Jeff, would you like to read the winner of your award?
Before I read the winner, one of the things, when I read his name, one of the things I think are huge is we both have had a lot of the same problems. And we both, no matter what the problem is, we kept going forward and staying with it. This award goes to Tate Panucci. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't be mad at me tomorrow morning, Mr. Cook. All right, before we move on to our chords, we also wanted to take a moment, since we're all sappy-eyed, to say thank you to another special person here in this building. Mrs. Tina Gallo has also dedicated a ton of time. Guys, this is just the start of graduation week. You might as well pack your tissues because it's going to be like this all week long. Tina Gallo has served for 20, I should know because we were here at the same time, 20 plus years here at North Muskegon, also at Muskegon Public Schools. She has dedicated hours upon hours supporting students. This program, this ceremony, and all of these scholarships is the result of her hard work that she does to recruit, to share, to put in the Google Classrooms, to encourage our children to apply, and to fill out the FAFSA and all those things. It's long hours and not always full of thanks and gratitude, because sometimes you're the naggy person that says, check your email over and over. We could not do what we do without Tina Gallo, and so I just wanted to take a second to honor her as their school counselor that really does all of this work for the ceremony with a huge, huge thank you. Okay, now for the next part of our ceremony, we are going to honor our seniors and their academic awards for their chords. Mrs. Gallo will read your names as you guys will come across, and I will give you your chords for your academic honors.
This is why I wore waterproof mascara tonight. All right, we will start with the cum laude. Cum laude represents a GPA of 3.5 to 3.75. Drew Bartos. Jessica Bogue. Oliver Chumley Jarvis. Lucas Stye. Landon Grimm. Lucas Hall. Maximus Lasser. Eleanor Leichman. Cooper Mallory. Emma Persicki. Bryson Petty. Donovan Porter. Hunter Solberg. Logan Stack. Chase Stockman. Tristan Thomas. Kiana West. Zoe Wiles. Skylar Wright. The next academic level is magna cum laude, 3.75 to 3.895. Thomas Byard. Jolie Fellows. Kendall Hibbert. Micah Leffering. Charlie Myers. Landon Miller. Tate Panucci. Mia Perez. Sebastian Tanner. Sam Topping. Mila Van Tol. And Jaden Villapalando. The next level is the highest level we have, academic award, summa cum laude, at 3.9 to 4.0. Jack Bohorski. Ruby Belmonte. Christopher Bennett. Cole Blastic. Ella Caradona. Elena Cordell. Paige Ertman. Noelia Figura. Thomas Hogan. Henry Hoosman. Gabrielle Jones. Emily Crayley. Kaylee Martin. Jordan Metz. Carter Mailer. Kelby Miller. McKenna Melenik. Leah Poulin. Zachary Rumley. Josephine Smith. Congratulations for all your academic hard work.
Thank you, seniors, for sharing your joy, your love for learning, and all of the gifts that you give to all of us. When we get ready to leave, we want to invite you all to just take a moment and soak it all in. We talk a lot about taking a deep breath and noticing this is a really exciting week to celebrate our seniors. We've heard a lot about the legacy that people leave. Seniors, thank you for your legacy. Thank you for showing up and showing us how to lean in, to have grit, determination, tenacity, love, kindness, and empathy. We are better humans because of you. We always say, leave it better than you found it. Thank you for leaving us better when we first got here. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you, families, friends, and we'll look forward to celebrating you all the rest of this week. Once the music plays.
Tina lost her glasses.